Have you ever wondered why some people seem to achieve their goals effortlessly, while you feel stuck in the same old patterns? You set a goal to get fit, learn a new skill, or read more, but after a few days of motivation, you're right back where you started. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. The problem isn't you. The problem is your approach. Today, we're diving into the life-changing book, Atomic Habits by James Clear, to uncover a simple but profound truth. Extraordinary results come not from massive, one-time transformations, but from tiny, consistent changes. This is the first part of our three-part series, where we'll explore the core ideas that make this book so powerful. So, what is an atomic habit? The word atomic has two meanings. First, something extremely small. Second, a source of immense energy or power. An atomic habit is a small routine that is easy to do, but is also the source of incredible power. It's the building block of remarkable results. James Clear, the author, learned this firsthand. As a teenager, he suffered a terrible accident when a baseball bat struck him in the face, leaving him with severe injuries, including brain trauma. His recovery was long and difficult. He had to rebuild his life from the ground up, starting with the smallest possible steps. He began by making tiny improvements to his sleep, his study habits, and his training. These small changes didn't seem to matter much day to day, but they compounded over time. Years later, he was named the top athlete at his university and earned academic All-American honors. His story proves the book's central thesis. Tiny changes can deliver remarkable results if you're willing to stick with them. Think about it this way. If you can get just 1% better each day, by the end of a year, you'll be 37 times better. But if you get 1% worse each day, you'll decline to nearly zero. This is the power of compounding. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. They seem to make little difference on any given day, but the impact they deliver over months and years is enormous. The challenge is that we often expect linear progress. We put in the work and expect immediate results, but real progress is often delayed. Clear calls this the plateau of latent potential. Imagine an ice cube in a room that's heating up. The temperature rises from 25 to 26, 27, all the way to 31 degrees, and nothing happens. Then, at 32 degrees, the ice begins to melt. That 1-degree change unlocked a huge shift. Your work is not being wasted. It is just being stored. All the action happens once you cross that critical threshold. This leads to a crucial distinction that can change everything. Forget about goals, focus on systems instead. We're often taught that the key to success is setting specific, actionable goals. But goals are about the results you want to achieve. Systems are about the processes that lead to those results. For example, a coach's goal is to win a championship. Their system is how they recruit players and conduct practice. An entrepreneur's goal might be to build $1 million business. Their system is how they test ideas and run marketing. The problem with goals is that winners and losers often have the same goals. Every Olympian wants to win a gold medal. Achieving a goal is only a momentary change. If you clean your messy room, you have a clean room for now, but if you maintain the same sloppy habits, it will just get messy again. You didn't fix the system. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Finally, to create lasting change, you need to understand the 3 layers of behavior change. A change in your outcomes, a change in your processes, and a change in your identity. Outcomes are what you get, like losing weight. Processes are what you do, like going to the gym. Identity is what you believe. The most effective way to change your habits is to focus on who you wish to become. The goal isn't to read a book. It's to become a reader. The goal isn't to run a marathon. It's to become a runner. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. In the next part of this series, we'll explore the 4 simple laws you can use to build better systems and cast those votes more effectively, making it easier than ever to build good habits and break bad ones. Part 2. The 4 Laws of Behavior Change. Welcome back to our series on atomic habits. In the first part, we learned that true change comes from focusing on our systems and our identity, not just our goals. We discovered that small, consistent actions compound over time into remarkable results. But how do you actually build those systems? How do you make good habits stick and bad habits fade away? James Clear provides a powerful, practical framework in the form of 4 simple laws. These laws are a step-by-step guide for engineering better habits. They are based on the 4-step loop that all habits follow: cue, craving, response, and reward. The 4 laws are designed to address each step of this loop, making it easy to build good habits and hard to maintain bad ones. The first law is make it obvious. This law addresses the cue, which is the trigger that starts your habit. If you want to start a new habit, you need to make the cue as visible as possible. Many of our failures in habit formation are simply a result of not being aware of the opportunities. For example, if you want to practice guitar more, don't leave it in the case in the closet. Put it on a stand in the middle of your living room. The most powerful way to do this is through environment design. Your environment often dictates your actions. By redesigning your space so that good habits are the path of least resistance, you set yourself up for success. Another powerful technique is habit stacking. This involves pairing a new habit with an existing one. The formula is simple. After I current habit, I will new habit. For example, after I pour my morning cup of coffee, I will meditate for 1 minute. This links your new behavior to something you already do automatically. The second law is make it attractive. This law tackles the craving, which is the motivational force behind every habit. The more attractive a habit is, the more likely you are to perform it. Your brain is wired to pursue activities that release dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter. One way to make a habit attractive is through temptation bundling. This involves pairing an action you want to do with an action you need to do. For instance, you can only listen to your favorite podcast while you're at the gym. Another key aspect is the power of social norms. We tend to adopt the habits of the 3 groups we are closest to: the close, the many, and the powerful. Joining a culture where your desired behavior is the normal behavior can make a huge difference. If you want to get fit, hang out with people who value fitness. The third law is make it easy. This law focuses on the response, which is the actual habit you perform. Human behavior follows the law of least effort. We are naturally drawn to the option that requires the least amount of work. Therefore, to build a good habit, you must reduce the friction associated with it. The most effective way to do this is with the 2-minute rule. When you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Read before bed each night becomes read 1 page. Study for class becomes open my notes. The point is to master the art of showing up. A habit must be established before it can be improved. By making it incredibly easy to start, you bypass the resistance that often stops you before you even begin. The fourth and final law is make it satisfying. This law is about the reward, which is the end of the habit loop. Your brain only repeats behaviors that are satisfying. If a habit is rewarding, you'll want to do it again. The cardinal rule of behavior change is, what is immediately rewarded is repeated. What is immediately punished is avoided. For good habits, the reward should be immediate. For example, moving a paperclip from one jar to another after completing a habit provides a small, tangible measure of progress. This feeling of success, no matter how small, closes the loop and reinforces the behavior. And here's the best part. You can invert these laws to break a bad habit. To stop procrastinating, make your cues invisible. To quit junk food, make it unattractive. To stop watching so much TV, make it difficult by unplugging it after each use. To quit smoking, make it unsatisfying by highlighting the negative consequences immediately. These 4 laws provide a complete toolkit for transforming your habits. In our final part, we'll explore advanced tactics to go from being merely good to being truly great, and how to ensure your new habits last a lifetime. Part 3: Advanced Tactics and Conclusion. Welcome to the final part of our series on atomic habits. We've covered the foundational principles and the 4 laws of behavior change. Make it obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. These laws are your toolkit for building any good habit or breaking any bad one. But once you have a system in place, how do you go from being merely good to being truly great? How do you stay motivated for the long haul and ensure your results last a lifetime? In this final part, we'll explore some advanced tactics that can elevate your habit-building journey to the next level. One of the most powerful concepts for long-term motivation is what James Clear calls the Goldilocks rule. This rule states that humans experience peak motivation when working on tasks that are on the edge of their current abilities. Not too hard, not too easy, but just right. When a challenge is too simple, we get bored. When it's too difficult, we get anxious and discouraged. The key to sustained effort is to find that sweet spot of just manageable difficulty. This is where flow states happen and where you can fall in love with the process of improvement. As your habits become automatic, you must continue to find new ways to challenge yourself and stretch your abilities, preventing the plateau that comes from mastery. Another advanced tactic is understanding the truth about talent. While the principles of habit formation are universal, your habits will be more effective when they align with your natural predispositions. This doesn't mean you're limited by your genes, but rather that you should choose habits that play to your strengths. The book suggests asking yourself, what feels like fun to me, but work to others? When a behavior aligns with your innate talents, it doesn't require as much willpower to sustain. This is how you move from forcing habits to cultivating a passion. Your goal should be to build a system of habits that feels authentic to you, allowing you to maximize your potential in a way that feels natural and engaging. However, even with the perfect system, there's a potential pitfall, the downside of good habits. Once a habit becomes automatic, it's easy to go on autopilot. You stop paying attention, and this can lead to complacency and errors. The solution is to build a habit of continuous reflection and refinement. James Clear suggests a simple process. He conducts an annual integrity report where he reviews his core values and analyzes whether his recent actions have aligned with them. This practice ensures that your habits are serving you, not the other way around. It prevents you from mindlessly repeating behaviors that are no longer contributing to the person you want to become. Success is not just about following a system. It's about maintaining that system and adapting it as you grow. So, what is the ultimate secret to results that last? It's not a single secret, but the continuous and patient application of everything we've discussed. It's about forgetting the quick fix and embracing the power of tiny, atomic habits. It's about shifting your focus from goals to systems and from outcomes to identity. You are not just trying to lose weight, you are becoming a healthy person. You are not just trying to write a book, you are becoming a writer. Every small action you take is a vote for your new identity. Remember, change can take years before it happens all at once. Your work is not being wasted, it is being stored. The journey of self-improvement is a marathon of small, consistent steps, not a sprint of radical transformation. By focusing on getting 1% better every day, by designing systems that make success the default option, and by embracing the person you wish to become, you can achieve remarkable things. Your habits are shaping your identity, whether you realize it or not. The choice is yours. Will you let them shape you by accident, or will you take control and build the atomic habits that will lead to the life you truly want? The power is in your hands, starting now.